Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about my easy everyday eyebrow routine. Now I'm always getting questions about how I fill in my brows and what I use, and you know, whenever you're first starting off with makeup, sometimes you don't even know where to begin. So I'm going to try to explain everything as best as I can. So hopefully this video is helpful to those who are just starting off with how to fill in their eyebrows, or if you are somebody who's just looking to switch up your technique. So if you're interested in how I fill in my eyebrows, go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so starting off, I'm taking the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the shade Dark Brunette. I love this pencil because, as you can see, it comes with a brush tip to comb out and blend your brows, so it just makes it super convenient to have both of those tools in one. I like to just start by carving out the top portion of my brows. And as you can see, I'm just working in small sections rather than just drawing on a straight line along my brow. I feel like this just gives them a more natural appearance. One reason I really love this brow pencil is because the tip of it is so tiny and precise, so it just makes it super easy when you have more control over the product. And doing this step will make the rest of the process so much easier because it gives you an outline for the rest of your brows. Once I have a defined shape to my eyebrow, this is actually when I start shading them in. So as you can see here, I'm just working the product from the inside out, just really lightly feathering in the product into my brows. I really don't want them to look super drawn on or filled in, so keeping a light hand is super important when doing this step. So once I've worked my way towards the front portion of my brows, I like to move with the natural shape or direction that my hairs naturally grow in. So I'm just lightly flicking the pencil from top to bottom. This brow pencil actually reminds me so much of the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but I actually think I like this one more. It's just more creamier, it's less drying, and it's so much easier to work with in my opinion. So I highly recommend this if you're on a budget especially. It's only like $8 and super comparable to the Brow Wiz, so you cannot beat that. So at this point, I'm pretty much done with brow number one. I just keep brushing through them and just fixing them as I go and making sure they're just really nice and blended in. So if you're new to the whole thing about filling in your eyebrows, I know exactly how frustrating it can be whenever you just can't seem to get it right. You've tried so many times. Brows take a lot of practice, so don't get discouraged if it doesn't work out the first time for you. It honestly just takes practice. As I mentioned, it's taken me like a year or two maybe to finally be comfortable with filling in my brows. I know the very first time I ever did it, or the very first few times I ever did it, they just came out super boxy and super unnatural, and I was just so heavy-handed with it. But once you figure out a technique that you like and a routine that you like, it just becomes so much easier. So yeah, I'm just here to encourage you guys that it's okay if you mess up. Makeup is literally all about trial and error, and sometimes you're not going to get things exactly right the first time. So just keep practicing and working with your brows, and I promise it'll come along. And of course, with the other brow, I'm just repeating the exact same process. And by the way, if you're wondering, I do get my eyebrows threaded every couple of weeks. I've been threading my eyebrows for about 6 to 7 years now. I find it to be a lot more gentle on my skin, even though it is a little more painful to endure. My forehead will literally stay red for like 2 days if I get them waxed, so I just prefer threading. And I pluck my eyebrows every now and then, which I really need to do at this point. So that is how I keep up with my brows. Next, I'm going to be taking my concealer to carve out my brows and to just clean up any mistakes that I could have made. I usually use my angled brush by Eco Tools to apply my concealer and blend it out, but I totally forgot to bring it with me so that I could film. So for today, I'm just going to use my beauty sponge to blend it all out. And if you're ever having a bad brow day, just doing this step will make all of the difference. It really just cleans up your brows and cleans up any mistakes you could have made. So I really like doing this, especially whenever I feel like I've messed up or I went out of the lines a little bit. And just a little disclaimer, I know it looks like a really harsh contrast between my concealer and my skin tone, but that's only because I like to do my brows before I do my foundation. So once I've applied my foundation and everything else, you won't even be able to see the lines there. This is just to really clean them up and make them look more precise. And to set my brows into place, I use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in the shade medium to dark. This tube has been used and abused. I've had it forever now, but it still has been going strong. It is literally like Gorilla Glue for your brows. They will not budge. I even like using this product on those days where I don't like to put on too much makeup since it is a tinted brow gel. And last but not least, I like to highlight my brow bone just to give it a little something extra, and I feel like it just really ties in the whole look as far as your eyebrows. So that does complete my eyebrow routine. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!